sky suddenly began to rain, but instead of water droplets, it was a foul-smelling, sticky yellow liquid that drenched Nick from head to toe. It made him feel like the apocalypse was coming. That afternoon at work, Nick had already noticed flocks of birds forming strange, unnatural shapes in the sky. They say animals sense disasters before they happen, and this was a bad omen. Frantic, he rushed to pick up his daughter and drove home. Then, another heavy downpour began. Though this time it wasn't the weird yellow rain, the torrents of water made it impossible to see through the windshield. Suddenly, a pale figure appeared by the roadside. Nick swerved sharply and crashed. Miraculously, his daughter was unharmed. But then the white figure approached the car, shattered the window, and violently choked him. Then he woke up. Another nightmare. But the fear lingered. He'd been dreaming about storms for days now. Nick didn't know if it was some kind of premonition or if he was losing his mind. Yet the dreams felt terrifyingly real. Just in case, he decided to reopen the long-sealed basement and turn it into a shelter. That evening, another storm raged outside. His daughter stood frozen, staring out the window. When Nick approached, he saw a strange figure standing in the rain. He grabbed his daughter just as the door began rattling violently, as if someone was trying to break in. Then the furniture started shaking. Nick clutched his daughter and crouched in the corner. Suddenly, gravity seemed to vanish. Everything in the house floated mid-air, and the oxygen drained away. A suffocating dread choked him. Then, he woke up again. This time, it was worse. Nick thought he'd wet the bed. Too embarrassed to tell his wife, he brushed her off. Still, he couldn't shake the question. Why do I keep dreaming about storms? The next day, Nick urgently scheduled a doctor's appointment and recounted all 4 days of nightmares. But the doctor just prescribed him some sedatives to help him sleep. After taking the pills, Nick woke up the next morning feeling better than he had in days. Even his wife noticed the color had returned to his face. Everything seemed normal as he headed to work. Then, around noon, a deafening thunderclap exploded right next to him. Nick flinched, looking up, but the sky was perfectly clear, and his co-workers, they acted like they hadn't heard a thing. Am I hallucinating again? Nick wondered.